And so I had an interesting experience actually Leland, this week
Okay.
that made me want to talk to you about on the podcast. So basically, I went out to eat with Latanya, went to this taco place in Knoxville, and basically the guy gave us really good service. The service was good. He was very attentive. I think he refilled our drinks like twice or three times. There was a good amount of ice in the drink, so he refilled them a couple times really promptly. He was on it. What else happened? Latanya had ordered like a dessert, and he came back like right away, like, "Hey, actually, that's off the menu now. Do you want me to replace it? I'm so sorry." Like, so he was just a great server, right? So afterwards, the bill came to around like $50 or something like that. $50. I was paying cash this time, and so I was like, "All right, I kind of probably get a little more than 10, but I was like, all right, let me just give him 11, right?" So that's like 22% tip, right? 22% tip. And then even the guy did a good job. So I was like, "Yo, man, appreciate you, man. You actually were like a great server. Appreciate it." Because also we were in and out. We didn't stay for too long. We were there for like less than an hour, so it wasn't crazy. And so then when leaving, the was like, "Yo, you should have gave him a 20." And I was like, "Oh,
yo,
on a 50." I said he was good, but he ain't like changed my life. You know what I'm saying? He was good.
Yo, a 20.
20 on the 50. I said, and I was like, literally like, yo, we was there short. We weren't difficult orders. He brought out our appetizer. He brought out our food. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just us, a party of two in that restaurant. And we was in there quick. One like we were in there for a long time, less than an hour. So I'm like, nah, 11, I think, it was good, like 22%. She's like, "Oh, I don't necessarily give based off that or whatever." So Lila, this reminded me, bro. I know you have some interesting thoughts on tipping. So I just wanted to get your thoughts. What are your overall thoughts on tipping, man?
Yo, this is a crazy topic, son. This is a crazy topic. What'd you say? We might get I might get canceled before I get started because the amount of people that are like pro tipping people is crazy. And let me disclaim this by this, right?
Take off.
I have no issue with tips. The only issue I have is the expectation of tips. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I think we got the definition up here, right? So let's just start. Let's start here, right?
Yeah.
Wikipedia's definition of gratuity, often called a tip, is a sum of money given by a consumer or a customer to a certain service sector workers, such as hospitality, for the service that they have performed, in addition to the basic price of the service.
Okay.
Which to me implies that it's optional.
Okay.
The problem comes in is that people talk about it like it's not. Like let's take your story, right?
Okay.
It was almost a little shame the fact that you didn't want to give more. And it feels ridiculous to me that I'm shamed for not giving something that's optional.
Okay, interesting perspectives. Interesting perspective for sure. It doesn't feel optional, I'll tell you that much. I feel
that's what I'm saying. It's like, why, like, where in society did it change from, oh, this is a nice gesture to give to someone who did a great service for you, to, hey, they don't make a lot of money, you need to make sure you pay their salary.
I think that's what it is though, bro. It's the fact that we know like the waiters, waitresses, they're getting paid below minimum wage per hour from their job. So it's like, okay, you gotta like, step in and fill in the gaps, man. That's what it is.
That in itself is kind of wild, don't you think? Because it don't work in every sector or industry. When you get a job, half the time, it don't even work in the same sectors and industry. For example, you go to McDonald's. The person takes your order. They have a great attitude. They give you a food fast. They might even throw in a little something extra just because they want to.
Yeah.
You give them a tip?
No. Sometimes too, I've seen, I don't know about McDonald's, but I've been to also some places like where they say, "Hey, we can't take tips." Have you ever seen that too, bro?
Yeah, I've seen that. But
yeah, like you might try to give them some money.
That,
hey, I can.
My point is that the same people who go so hard about the service industry workers, and like the argument to me is flawed. The argument is, hey, they don't make enough money. You, the consumer, the customer, need to supplement their salary, which is wild. And it seems like, think about it. If you worked at a job and you were relying on the customer, whatever customer that was, let's say I worked at IT. I worked in IT for years, and I solved somebody's problem. And I told them like, hey man, listen, I'm only making $50,000 a year. I probably shouldn't be making a little bit more. Do you want to tip me for the job that I did? Like, I feel like you should pay me whatever service that you get paid. Let's not even talk about the fact that there's an actual percentage base, which is even more ridiculous when you think about it. Like, what's the percentage? What is the actual service mean to the person who's just delivering that to you?
Well, let me try to I can anticipate some of the comments that might be said or people see this.
Come on.
Okay, what they're saying, hey, listen, like if you broke, just say that. If you broke, just say that. What about that? When they say that, bro? If you broke, just say that then. Just say that. That's what they gonna say. Yo, but basically I said it funny, but they really trying to say, for those that may not, they're trying to say, don't download.
That joke is crazy. I was not expecting you to say. You were like, let me come to you with a honest comment that we're gonna probably get here. I was not expecting that.
No, but
but
they be like, yo, this is the cost. If you can't afford to eat out, you know what I'm saying? Then this is, you anticipate 10, 15, 20%, and then factor that in. And if you can't afford that 20%, then don't go there. That's what some people will say. What'd you say to that, bro?
I say that's ridiculous because it's a tip. The tip is optional, man. Like I just don't understand. At the core, it's like, how can you shame me into doing something that I'm not legally obligated to do? Like the restaurant doesn't say, hey, do not come in here unless you can afford to pay our waiters their salary. No one is making that declaration, but for some crazy reason, it's like, you got to do it.
So you think basically the businesses need to step up and just pay these folk more?
No, what I think is that if I decide to give you a tip, you should be happy. If I decide not to give you a tip, you should be happy. You see what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't, like me deciding to do it or not shouldn't make me a trash human being or not. When it's never been. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what is optional out here. I'm trying to think of an example of something that's optional that would be ridiculous for people to actually shame you not to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying. If I can think one right now, I promise you I would. Like, what's something optional that's like, no, man, I don't have to do this, but somebody shame you if you did.
If you don't do it, okay, I thought of possibly something.
Think about it.
Voting, you get shamed for not voting.
That is facts.
You get shamed for not voting. Like, you ain't vote.
You definitely get shamed for not voting. Like, what you not voting for? You're not exercising your right, but I'm exercising my right not to exercise my right. Like,
true. I'm trying. It's not the perfect example equivalent, but yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. What do you think about this?
Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I mean, just going to that point. Like, it's just really ridiculous to me. Like, I don't have a problem, and I actually do tip. Like, I just for everybody out there, like, we're gonna find where you eat and ask. Like, I tip, but I tip because, at least I try to tip because I feel like I want to, not because it's some societal pressure about you just.
So basically, are you going out? It's been a good meal at our sit down restaurant with a waitress. Do you ever have like a good time and not tip? Ours was good. Everything was good.
And not tip?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Okay.
Not maybe in college, yo. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the joke was.
Hey, look, that's also different.
You know what I'm saying? You can either get lemonade with your meal, or you can get the tip. You can't have both. You can't have both.
See, that's what I'm saying. To me, like when she was like, yo, man, you should get they got a 20 on 50. I'm like, bro, first of all, I'm still a student myself for one. Two, he didn't really change my life, but like he was good, period. Like, it wasn't like Well, to me, when I think about when I give people a nice tip, it's like you took off, like you brought me something out free. You know what I'm saying? Or I get the bill back. Hey, the drinks ain't on here. I see you. The drinks ain't on here, my boy. No problem. I'm gonna fill in that gap with a tip. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, you got to do something above and beyond, man.
That's what I'm saying. That's the whole point.
To get a crazy tip. A regular tip, I'm still gonna give, even when like service be for me, because just the pressure, man. You know what I'm saying? Even if the service is bad, I'm still gonna give something, dog. I'm still gonna give something, bro.
I mean, but why? That's what I'm saying. So there's two main problems. The problem is,
what's up?
The problem is that it's optional and people still shame you. The second problem is that it's a percentage base, which I don't know who came up with that, but definitely got it. Like that makes the least amount of sense possible. So if there's one person, like you said, take your example.
Yeah.
If you had a $50 meal and the only thing was different is you ordered a more expensive entree. Mm-hmm. Hey, I got chicken. This is gonna cost me $20, but they got steak, and that's gonna cost me $50. And the tip is going to your waiter. What's the difference? Why is he now getting 20% more tip because my meal costs 20% more? The amount of work and effort and service that he did was not even more. It's the same thing like real estate agents. Like they sell $100,000 house or they sell $1 million house. They still getting 6%, 3% of the entire sale. And it's like, who came up with percentages? Like, that's ridiculous to me. Why don't we just have a flat rate? I vote for flat rate tips or commission. That's what I vote for.
Flat rate.
If you went somewhere and you was like, hey, it's customary that if you're gonna tip somebody, let's say this gentleman right here, like whether you get a $20 meal or a $50 meal, $10 is just $5 is just what you do. You know, that's a nice tip for somebody who, you know, maybe even a flat rate per person, like $3-4 per person is customary when you're sitting down and eating, regardless of what you get. Like, I'm for that. And everything more than that, like, okay, because it's still optional. But the fact that it's like a sliding scale based off what you ordered is ridiculous.
I think here's one thing though. Here's one thing I'm trying to think of. Like I said, just playing devil's advocate a little bit. If you go to a really nice restaurant, right? Say you like a Ruth Chris or something like that. Of course, there's nicer restaurants. Okay. Ruth Chris, that's it. All right. But say you go to Ruth Chris or something right there. Across the board, everyone is making more than like your local something else. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I would imagine, well, for sure, the manager's making more, the chefs are making more, the dishwasher's making more, and everything is up. So my thing is, if everything is up, but then the tip rate will be the same, it's like, well, I'm working at a finer establishment. Maybe I got to be in like a dress pants tucked in with a shirt. You know what I'm saying? Is there a certain decor I need to have?
No, but what I'm saying is like, I'm saying you're still almost answering my answer, solving like, but no, the question.
Check this out though. What I'm saying is that in general, if you had a flat rate, everyone in this restaurant is making much more than people that working at Waffle House and Ruth Chris, except maybe the waiters now. The waiters are the same. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, but that's the point. The point is that's the responsibility of your employee is by the employer, not by the customer, right? Okay. So if Ruth Chris is a fine dining establishment and they're charging $100 per plate, then they don't need to charge their waiters $3 an hour. They don't need to pay their waiters $3 an hour if you want them to work for you.
Fair.
If you want someone to pay, if you want high quality work individuals, you do like every corporation does. They pay money. Hey, we need a senior executive, blah, blah, blah. We're going to pay you 6 figures. That's what you want. That's what you get. That senior executive is not getting a tip from the customer on a sliding scale based off his salary and the service that he's working on. Hey, sir, I work at Microsoft and you got a $10 million product that I just helped you solve. Can I get 10% of that right quick? Like what? Wait, when you really think about it, you like, that is kind of wild. Like, why? Who came up with this? I feel like it's a scam, bro.
from my mind outside, I feel like it's just capitalism, and the companies are thinking like, "Hey, we could pay these people." Well, listen, more so, the companies can get away with cutting their costs by paying the people less, and then y'all picking up the slack. That's where I think.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a scam. It's literally like we all just kind of getting pawned around out here like puppets. Like, oh shoot, everybody got money is like, look, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna make them feel like they have to tip them, so we don't have to pay our own employees. They will pay our employees for us, and then they'll shame other people who are not paying our employees.
The pressure is real. Listen, let me tell you about a story.
The pressure real,
the pressure real, son. Yo, I was somewhere recently, man, and they had these guys that were dressed up. One guy was dressed up like Batman. Another guy was dressed up like Spider-Man or something, or the Mask, dressed like the Mask, right? And these few guys came up. I really didn't want them, like, yo, back up, really. But they were like, persistent. Let's get a picture with you. I was like, all right, bet, sure. I do like Batman. You know what I'm saying? All right, sure. So someone took a picture. They're like doing different poses, all this stuff. Then next thing you know, doing different poses. Then what was crazy too, they actually picked me up too, which is crazy. I'm a big dude. So these two dudes picked me up, son. I have to send a picture to Ashley.
What they
no, they didn't hold me upside down.
They two picked me up and shook me for my change.
No. They picked me up, son. They picked me up, took some more pictures, cool. I was like, all right, man, appreciate y'all boys. It's like, all right, some money. I was like, they had the hand, and I was like, bro, first of all, I didn't even want to do this joint, really. Y'all forced me. I didn't want to do this joint. Yo, I was like, all right, man,
They picked you up, yo? That's crazy.
No, I'll send a picture to Ashley. She can put it right in the podcast, man. But they picked me up and stuff like that. All right, cool, man. Let me see. All right, gave them, I think, $2, one for each of them. The guy was, I was like, I look back at him like, my boy, hold on. All right, gave him another $1.
Yo, I'm dead. Saying you said you gave him $2, one for each of them.
To begin with, I did not want to. You had to force all right,
why you say like it's funny because even the way you said that was like you try to make it more than what it was. Like I gave him $2, like bro, you gave him $1 a piece. Like
I didn't want to. You actually, yo, I got places to be. You actually, like, you know what I'm saying?
They picked you up, yo.
No, listen, ain't nobody asked me to do that. I was even saying, no, don't pick me up, no.
Yo, I'm weak. I'm so weak.
They picked me up. Then even crazier. Then they did lean me back, bro. I was like, yo, I'm about to die. I was really thinking I'm about to die. So these guys are about to drop me for sure. But no, it's like, give him $2. She was like, come on, son. All right, well, here's another $1, son. Here's $3 now. He's like, come on.
Here's another $1.
All right, my boy, I'm used to this. Y'all saying, all right, give me a $3 back. Here's a $5, son. Take this joint. He was like, yeah, all right. And gave it to one guy, and then the other guy was like, what about me? I said, hey, yo, talk to your man. So y'all supposed to spend this $5. Like, I don't know what to tell you, bro, but it was just so, to me, it's like, bro, I didn't want to get picked up. I didn't want this picture. Yeah. I'm here. You maybe, I guess you're doing it for your job, but it's like, bro.
That's a great point, man. Because I'm assuming you was on some kind of vacation, because I've seen a lot of those in Mexico, and that's how toxic this tip culture is. It's the toxicity for me comes in the entitlement. The fact that like anyone, and I mean anybody, is entitled and feels entitled to someone else's dollar bills that they earned is wild to me. I don't care what it is. Like if somebody comes up to me and like, you supposed to give me that, I'm already out. Like there's no way you can convince me that anyone else is entitled to your money. Like it's an option, you know, for sure. If you buy, even when you buy something, you're essentially agreeing to trade this money for that money, you know, or just this money for that service or that product.
Yeah.
No one's forcing you to do it. No one's, no one's like entitled to it. It's advertised. You buy it, and that's what you do. You're not entitled to it. But like people are for real entitled. Like your server will be mad at you for real. They might fight you, saying if you know what I'm saying. Like I can't believe. Like who is this? Like bro, let's not talk about DoorDash. The stories are crazy, man. Like they looking at the app. I ain't gonna get no tip for this. I'm not even picking it up. Like, yo, this is wild. Like you're getting paid, no? Like
Yeah.
it's literally like it's the entitlement that someone else need to be paying your way. Is I feel like what's wrong with us? I feel like
No,
what's wrong
that's
with us?
yo. I haven't ordered DoorDash specifically, but I have ordered like pizza to go, delivery pizza. And yeah, it's true, man. I'm like, yo, if I don't put something on this joint, son, what's going to
You
happen?
gotta even kind of think twice. Like
You know what I'm saying? I gotta almost put someone who knows. But you said also too.
they might dump that joint in front of your face if you what?
You talked about the pre-production meeting, and you had a story with someone that was a wild story, man.
All right, so the story is
Uh-huh.
a friend of mine, right, doing DoorDash, and they, got an order that they picked up on the app, and apparently the app told them, "Hey, I'm going to tip you at the door with cash tip, basically."
Yeah.
So, my friend picked up the order expecting to, when they dropped the order off, that they would get a tip. They got the food, took it to the lady's door. I'm on the phone with them currently at the same time it's all happening. And they knock on the door. "Hey, I'm here with your DoorDash." She yells from inside, "That's cool. Just leave it on the ground." The person is up on me on the phone like, that's weird because they said that there was going to be a cash tip at the door. Hold on, let me knock again. Knock. Can I help you? Yeah, sorry, but it said there's a cash tip at the door. Oh yeah.
Pause real quick. Pause real quick. Should they be expecting it now that they said it was going to come?
I mean, that's the question, bro.
The question, because before you said, before it's like, hey, this is starter expectation. Now it's like, nah, son.
All right. The crazy part of the story is getting there, right?
Okay.
So now they knock on the door. They say, "Hey, look, I picked up this order, and it said that there was going to be a cash tip at the door. I'm kind of waiting on it, and the lady inside was like, "Oh, just leave it at the door." Like, basically just like, yeah, she just altogether just disregarded everything that person was saying about.
No, I'm kind of jealous of people that can do that, like with a stone face, just completely like.
I don't care.
I wish I had
scamming you, and I don't care about this.
Yeah, literally. I feel like my heart can't. I gotta at least acknowledge what you're saying. You know what I'm saying?
Keep it pushing, son. I scammed you. Drop my food and get out my face, son. That's basically what you had said.
What happened next, man? What happened next?
So what happened was, the friend of mine took the food, bro. They took the food, man. They took the food back in the car with them and proceeded to eat it.
Hold on.
They was like, "Yo, I don't care."
Did they let them know? All right, bet. They said,
yeah.
What did they say? I'm taking the food?
Yes, bro. There might have been some slightly different words used, but the gist of it is, "Hey, that's fine. Bet." That's basically what they said.
All right, so listen, let's bring it all the way full circle.
Now let's debrief this. This is literally what's wrong with us. The one part is the lady manipulated the system to get her food there on priority, claiming the tip was coming. Which what's even crazier is she didn't even say how much. So your expectation already is like already warped because you're just like, "Oh, she said cash tip. I'm gonna get a good tip." But you don't even really know how much it is. So they could do like you did and give them $2 to the both of them. You know what I'm saying? So, that joint got me weak, man. $2. I gave them $2. They split it.
Nah, yo, listen. I didn't want this joint, man. I didn't ask for this.
I gave them $2 and they split it. But
because also it's literally less than a minute of work. I was supposed to be 30 seconds of work. I'm just trying. You also got to think about it. Sometimes for me, it's per hour. Yo, if you picked up 60 other guys in this next hour, you about to
I'm so done.
It was less than a minute, bro. Less than 30 seconds.
It don't matter. That's the problem. that is what I'm saying is the issue. The issue is that it's the entitlement. Entitlement. She was entitled to get her food, and she straight up lied about the tip. And the individual who worked at DoorDash literally did not pick it up because they were expecting and entitled to somebody else's money. And
here's the thing though. That one seemed like a little different though, because if you said I'm getting money though, I wouldn't have ate the food. That's a little wild. All right, bet. You know what I mean?
That's DoorDash, bro. That's DoorDash. That's those delivery services in a nutshell. Like, people don't care.
Now, here's the thing. Now, I don't know if you saw this. I posted this maybe a while back ago on like my social media. Have you ever saw? And here at University of Tennessee, they got the actually, well, I ain't said nothing crazy, so I ain't gonna get canceled. But I said, should I put out the University of Tennessee? Nah, that's fine. They got these robots that deliver the food, man. Have you seen that? Did you see when I posted that on my story?
Nah.
I like that jump because first of all, ain't no way I'm about to tip this AI. Are you kidding me, son? They got the audacity to leave a tip out. A tip is a robot because somebody a tip.
That's the entitlement, bro. Because they know if they put it on there, somebody is gonna actually tip. That's what's crazy.
Oh,
that's
somebody gonna tip
like,
for sure,
it's like almost bullying in a way. Like it's like societal bullying. Like we're gonna make you spend more money and make you be shamed that you don't.
To me though, bro, I'm at a restaurant. I went to Starbucks the other day. Tip, heck no, ain't no tip coming to you at Starbucks, at a restaurant where I just like pick up carry out order. If you want to leave a little tip, you can. I carry out order. Ain't no way I'm about to leave a tip.
Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way.
No way.
I promise
now, had y'all brought it to my car, it's possible.
Nah,
it's possible. $1 or $2.
Nah, they always do that. Sir, do you want to sign the screen? Absolutely. Like, yo, you press that joint? Thank you. I done drove here. You should give me some off. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yo, that almost remind me, man. Speaking of that, though, you remember how it was at the beginning of COVID? I feel like there was a local place here I used to go to a lot, like a little Thai place here. And I used to go there like when COVID was happening, bro. I felt like a little hero. You know, I talk about the workers was heroes. I'm like, man, I'm keeping these small businesses. Yo, I felt good. And they was thanking me like it too. When I came in there, yo, thank you so much. And we appreciate you coming through. Like
stuff in it.
Bro, did that happen to you at restaurants during COVID at the beginning?
No, for sure, yeah.
Appreciate you, son. Yo, bless up. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. That's what it should be. It should be like, hey, like whatever you're willing to do to keep us afloat, thank you. Instead, it's like, if you broke, just say that.
Hey, that's not funny. I feel like I see some memes with the.
No, I've seen it, bro. I've seen the comments, man. I've been in enough like internet comments about tipping, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. And it's always, you know what's so crazy? It's always from the people who actually work in the service industry. And they like, y'all don't know what we go through. You better tip. And I'm like, well, why are you working in the service industry?
True. Listen. It's a recession, they saying, or something. Depression, recession.
I mean, same thing with everything, right? It's always supply and demand.
Sure.
If the supply of waiters and service personnel go down because they don't feel like they're getting paid enough wages, then businesses are going to have to pay more, and maybe they'll have to charge more. But then they have to deal with whether a customer decides that that's worth them going there or not. That's how it should be. It should be a matter of, hey, you pay your employees, I will pay for your service if I feel like it's worthy of my money, and everybody's happy. Not, I will pay for your service and pay for your employees because,
wow. No, I think I see a little bit of that. I'm not an economics major or follow it really deeply, but even I see the signs that like some of these, like McDonald's or Chick-fil-A, it'd be kind of crazy. I imagine because you're trying to get workers like, hey, we paying $18 an hour. Like, hold on now.
Yeah, hey, we got sign-on bonuses, $500 sign-on bonus. I'm like, yo, $500 sign-on bonus at Wendy's. Hey, yo, hey.
Yeah, so I'm thinking it's because maybe you don't have enough. So I can see where your point is. Hey, the businesses, the companies, the corporate, well, not corporations, but more so the businesses, companies, just pay the people more. Don't put the onus.
Yes, absolutely. To the point where they're now expecting it, and I'm now shamed because I didn't decide to put $20 on my $50 meal.
No, I don't think, listen, when she said that, I don't think she was expecting that. I was like, 20, he need to do more than that for a 20. It's possible, It's possible to get 20 out of me for 50, but that wasn't it. And that was great. That, that was the 10 out of 10. To give that percentage, I need like an 11 out of 10, a 12 out of 10. I need
No,
to, like,
yeah, you have to, that's what I'm saying. It's a tip, it's optional. It's over. It's over. Like that's what's so crazy is people be acting like I'm supposed to tip you for being nice and professional and courteous. Like that's literally your job description.
Yeah,
that's your actual job description is to be courteous and bring food out to my table. I did that, didn't I?
True. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
that's crazy. That handout, bro, it's kind of hard, bro. Like the same way I said I would have been like at the house, hey, yo, leave it out there. I said in the same way, son, to have like that handout and just to like, it's hard to, you be ignoring it, bro. You be ignoring it, dap them up. Son.
I ain't never had nobody put their hand out.
Oh, wait.
The thing is, I don't operate well with like pressure, like peer pressure. Like that doesn't, like it's usually the opposite effect. Like if somebody tries to pressure me to do something, I'm more inclined not to do it. So if you try to be like, hey, you just what you need to do, I'm gonna be like, yo, you found the wrong person. So like I'm gonna actually probably look at you and be like, nah, yo, like that's not going down like that.
I got you.
It's crazy, man. But we can literally go on. Oh yeah. What's the question there? Do you tip your barber?
Oh, me? It depends. So like if it's not like a round number, usually, well, first of all, I think I mentioned I be cutting my own hair.
Yeah, me too.
So the total 25, I'm left to 30. Or now they do cash app, then it's an option at the end. I try to give a little something because like, hey, maybe you're gonna look out for me next time when you see me. I don't know. In some way, look out for me next time you see me, son.
So I give a little something. You're investing.
Now, if it's like, say it was like 30, like I think I paid 25 last time, so I maybe give that little 5, make it 30. Had it been 30, and I come with 30, that might be about it, son.
What's $5 on 25? What's the percentage of that?
25%. This is a nice tip. 25%.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. But I mean, I might do it because sometimes I round up to numbers and things like that. What about you, man? You tipped the barber, bro?
I did, man, but that's what I'm saying. Back when I was tipping my barber, back when I had a barber that was cutting my hair, I was still young, bro. I was still like impressionable, man. Like I don't know if I would do it right now. I would probably have a conversation with my barber, like, why am I tipping you, man? like for real. Like, think about it.
I got you.
It's crazy, man. Like I said, I'm not opposed to tipping. I know this is gonna come off like, yo, this guy is crazy. He just go out here. I'm not like that at all, I promise. It's the concept. It's the concept, it's the pressure. It's the entitlement. I don't like it, man. I just don't think it's good for the culture, the people. Like I just don't think it's like, yo, why is everybody expecting stuff?
I got you. Well, listen, y'all let us know what y'all think, man.
Let us know what y'all think.
We keep chopping up in the dialogue and the conversation.